Hey guys, it's Jozy here, back again with another video. Today I'm going to be discussing why scaling the unscalable is the key to growing any business. Right now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Josiah. I've scaled my agency from 0 to 50k per month. Now I'm helping other agency owners do the same and scale their agency. Okay. Now, what I wanted to really cover on this one is kind of a mindset shift that I've had recently, right? With outbound. Now I've been doing outbound for 3-4 years now. And I always used to be the quantity guy where it was like, it's just a numbers game. Just keep doing it, etc., etc. And it was good. And it got me quick wins. And it was like a high, right? It was basically like a high that I was chasing. It was like, I know if I scale these accounts and I buy these much outreach and I buy these much accounts and I scale it up, I'm probably going to make this many bookings. And yeah, sometimes I was bang on. And what I used to see, which used to disappoint me a lot, was like I'll have months or even weeks sometimes where I would book 50, 60 appointments a week during 2 weeks. And then I'll have months where it was like so low. Like I booked 5 meetings, 7 meetings. It was really inconsistent. So then I was like, hold up, it's like, why is it inconsistent? Why is this like low? And there'll even be some months where I wouldn't even be booking that many appointments. And I was like, what's going on? And what I've realized is that there is mainly a continuum that you have to like navigate through. One side is the quantity side where you're sending so many emails, but with that, it requires a large time, right? And with that as well, it doesn't last as long because if you're doing 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 emails, but they're really shit quality, yes, you're going to book meetings today. You may book meetings next week. You may book meetings the next month or 2-3 months from now. But what happens in month 6 when you've gone through the whole time, right? When you've gone through everything, each and every single one of the niche. And then at that point, yes, you can recycle X, Y, Z, but your results tend to decrease with it. So what I found is that, yes, quantity is good to have quick wins. But if you really want to play the long game, if you really want to get results consistently, you have to go on the quality side, right? And now quality side means that has the highest results because it's really more personalized, reaching out to the human being, perhaps doing omni-channel, perhaps doing looms, doing something that takes a lot of effort, right? It's very labor heavy. It doesn't require automations or tools in this case, but it's very labor heavy. It takes time. It's really cheap to do, but it really takes time to complete. And what I found is that if you go to the quality, if you start on the quantity side, it's very hard for you to go to the quality side, right? Because I used to think, let me go to quantity, find out what's working, and then let me dial it back to quality. And I tried that, but what I've realized is once you get hooked to the quantity side, it's very hard, very, very hard to decrease the numbers. Right, it's very hard from going from sending 10,000 emails a day to sending 500 emails a day, right? Like it's like soul crushing because you know your capacity, you know what scale looks like. So the big change I've had recently is actually going from more quality, right? So doing voice notes, doing looms, doing all these quality stuff, and then looking on how I can make quality first and then scale it up via quantity instead of going to quantity first and try to make quantity quality, if that makes sense, right? So you want to start in the quality side, find something that has the highest results, that requires the most time to do, that is very labor heavy, right? And it sounds all against what all the gurus are telling you. Find something that's cheap, find something that's scalable, X, Y, Z, and only scale with the highest leverage. When you want to do something, find something that really works, that really works, the highest quality, takes time to do, and then you're going to ask yourself, how can I make this cheaper? How can I make this faster? How can I make this more automated while keeping the same amount of quality in there, right? Because, for example, with this here, it can last a long time, right? If you have a very good quality approach, you can go, let's say we have 2 people. The first person sends 1,000 emails a day and he probably goes through his time in 3 months, right? The second person, right, can send 500 to 1,000 emails a day, but double the amount of positive replies, double the amount of bookings, double the amount of clients, gets better, higher quality clients, right? And with that as well, can prolong the time for an extra 3 to 6 or even 9 months. The second guy wins because second not only is he getting more for the dollar, can actually last longer, right? And it doesn't matter how many appointments you're getting today. Yes, you're going to make money today, but it matters how many appointments you're also going to get next week, next month, next 3 months, next quarter, next year, right? And if you blow through your whole time, with just a quantity approach, it's very, very hard to just dial it back. Okay. You may have to buy new domains. You may have to buy new accounts, XYZ, but builds a bad reputation in terms of your company name. But if you really go with the quality, find out what really works to the highest extent, and then ask myself, how can I make this a quantity approach, right? And that's where the money is made. Now, don't take my word for it. Don't take my word for it. Take Amazon's word, right? They've done same-day delivery. Operationally complex as fuck, right? It's so operationally complex getting someone's like package to their house on the same day in 24 hours, right? Think of how much complexity, how much operation, how many storehouses, warehouses, delivery drivers, time, operations, timing, staff, XYZ, right? And with that being said, from that alone, they were able to generate $31.8 billion, right? From just having that on the Amazon Prime. Because the people that can access same delivery is the people that have Amazon Prime. And that's their subscription service. And they generate 31.8 billion just scaling the unscalable, right? Because if you told someone, hey, like any e-commerce store, make sure they come next day, they're going to be like, how the flip? It's going to cost so much. It's going to be so complex. And I just don't want to do it, right? Ask that to Jeff Bezos, and it's like, okay, cool. There's money to be made because that's what people want, right? People want good marketing. People want to be reached out to. People want to feel like they've been reached out to a human. People want good things. They want equality. They want it on time. So instead of running away from the problem, let me scale this problem. Let me fix it and scale the solution. Let me fix the problem and scale the solution, right? And that's why they made money. That's why they're one of the best in the world. That's why they're one of the biggest companies in the world, because they fixed this problem that some entrepreneurs wouldn't even dare to touch. Okay? And that's how they made money. Right? The next thing is Nike. Nike done personalized shoe marketing. That if you like I need to get the numbers for that. I think I just copied out the numbers for that one. Okay. So let me pause this and come back with the numbers because I want to make sure I prove a good point. Give me a second. Cool. So I'm back. So Nike done the same thing. Nike done it with the personalized shoe marketing where you could go on Nike, you can change the color, add your name, add how it looks like, right? And from there, they were able to generate $16.1 billion out of a total of $44.5 billion in revenue they made in 2021. Okay. And it goes to show again that when something looks complex, when something looks nasty, when something looks like avoidable, right? You want to lean into that because there's a high chance that 99% of your competitors do not want to deal with that, right? But if you deal with that and you find out how to scale it, how to make it profitable, how to make it like a well-oiled machine, like Henry Ford done with Ford, then that's where the money is made. So I want to ask the question, like, what in your business do you know that could make you so much money that you've been avoiding to do it? And ask yourself, how can you make it so that it's a system, right? That you can actually build something off of, because you know that the results are high. You know the throughput is very high doing that, right? And that's the food of thought. Right now, we're currently doing it right now. We've actually used this right now to scale. It's currently scaling the company using this type of mentality. And to be honest, it's something that now once I see, I can't unsee personally. So I'm always looking of ways on how I can scale the unscalable, because think about the leverage here. You can get leverage with time and automations, but just the system itself is leverage. If someone has a better, let's say, sales system than you, right? If he takes 10 calls and he closes 5, and you take 10 calls and close a 1, right? You guys both spend an hour, let's say 10 hours each taking the calls. But this guy, because he has a better system, he has more leverage. That's the main thing, because you can get leverage by automating, delegating and stuff. But you can also get leverage by having the better system, right? And that's a new way of thinking about it. So I implore you guys to look at ways to scale something that is unscalable. It could be also in the delivery side. You know that if you sell this type of offer, a lot of people will buy, but the offer is very unscalable, right? So then look at it. How can I make it more scalable? And if there is a way to do it, then lean into it. If there's no way to do it, then of course you have to come to reality. So that's it for this video. If you need any help scaling your unscalable business, I'm making a joke here, then click the link below and let's have a chat. If not, I'll catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.